Kinte for the win. And now it's getting away. He's sacked in the end zone. Mandy Alonso comes away with it. Knocks it away. Rebound into the hands of Hunter. And Virginia with the all-time turnaround title.
Good evening, good evening. We are now live from the Cavalier Connection X and YouTube after such a thrilling game of a loss of 73-65. The Cardiac Cavs do not do it again. In fact, they refer to the name as Cardiac as we got people coming in here rapidly. We got 36 already. I'm sure plenty of people want to hear initial thoughts. I'm sure there's plenty of other fan bases that are in here if I were to guess. But as you all know, we love interacting with viewers. Don't be a troll, but we might answer a question or two if you got any comments. We were just gonna go live, I guess. We were planning to go live if they won or lost. So we're in here. We got our first initial thoughts. Just an awful game. I mean, it's just one of those where it's like it feels like it would only be UVA. That's what it feels like, Jay.
Yeah, super frustrating. I was excited because I thought we were going to get to go live after a game that going in, I didn't think we were going to win anyway, just because NC State creates matchup problems. But we actually played a pretty good game tonight overall. A lot of questionable things that, we can pretty much cut out the first probably 38 minutes and just get right to the last 2 minutes because ultimately, that's where we lost it. I'm about to lose my language in the first minute. That's where we lost the game almost. Because, you go back to where Reese got hit. Burns just grabbed him, and clearly an intentional foul. They made the right call. We're up 5. We've got 2 free throws with 1:10 left, I think, when that happened. Inexplicably, Reese misses 2 free throws. I mean, he never misses both. He will sometimes make 1 out of 2, but a man's 75% and makes 0 for 2 as a senior in a huge semifinal game. Go past that. Then you get Ryan Dunn. How many freaking times can Ryan Dunn foul a three-point shooter? He does this repeatedly. It is idiotic. Is he not coached to not do that? You're up 6 at that point. The only way that you're going to lose that game is by being absolutely dumb, making stupid mistakes. I haven't been this pissed since last year when Kihei threw that dumb freaking pass in the NCAA tournament. It's the kind of stupid crap. You hate to see a senior like Reese go out like that, but so Dunn fouls Morcell. Of course it's Morcell, because who else would it be other than the former Cavalier that I can't stand? Does he miss any free throws? No, he makes all 3 as an 80% shooter. So then you come down and you get to a point where, okay, you still are in a good spot. All IMAC has to do is go to the line and make a daggone free throw.
First, before that, Reese has 2 more foul shots.
Yeah, where he made 1 out of 2.
Made 1 out of 2.
Yeah. And you get to a point. And the biggest unexplainable, boneheaded decision of the Tony Bennett era. You have 3 fouls to give, and you're up 3 points. And 5 seconds left in the game, and they got to go the full court. And you don't take a foul? You don't take a foul?
Not only that, we missed the foul shot, and we're scrambling, running back. We're running back, trying to get out of the way. And I'm looking, and I should have rewinded the tape just to see. I don't see Tony Bennett yelling anything. Why are we not foul? This is crazy. That's crazy. We've got to be halfway used to this. This is turned into Virginia basketball. Tournament time. We get in these crazy situations. I've never seen more stuff like this. The one year when we won the national title, we were in these kind of games there too. We we had probably a little more talent, and we were able to make shots. Kyle Guy making 3 foul shots against Auburn. I mean, the foul shooting, 2 minutes to go. We've been calling this all season long. You know dang well foul shooting is going to cost us a game at some point. And that's what takes us out of the tournament.
Our tight end, Tyler Neville, comes in. Why not foul win up 3? That's the question we are begging to ask. Please, somebody ask Tony in the postgame.
And that's not to take away from, we really appreciate you listening, Tyler. That's awesome. But yes, that is a very big question that we don't know the answer to.
I mean, it's inexcusable. That's JV level basketball. That's I wouldn't let a 10-year-old shoot a 3 to tie me in that situation. I'm going to foul in 10-year-old basketball.
They should have never.
You don't do it in the ACC tournament semis when your season is hanging in the balance, because now you're at the hands of the committee. Yeah,
no, they should have never. They should never even got the ball to half court. You have 3 fouls. They have no timeouts. You inbounds the ball. You let them run. You could let them run to to their own, to our 3-point line, foul them, and they inbounds, foul again, inbounds, foul again. There's 1 second left. I mean, and they may get a half court shot off. I don't know.
Yes. Well, a half court is the best they should have gotten.
It's best case scenario.
Sam, you're absolutely right. Extremely painful to watch. It's maddening. It's inexcusable. It's unforgivable. Like we have our group text that we talk, text during the game between us 3, and I was so pissed off after that the end of regulation. I didn't even care about overtime. I was so, and this is the first time that I can honestly say, when I looked at Tony Bennett's face, that man was defeated. When he saw that shot go down, you saw him kind of shrug his shoulders like, oh my God. 2 nights in a row. Miracles get answered to send the game to overtime. And I told Jack and Jeff in the text, we're not responding to the bell this time. We just got hit with a uppercut and we're out. We're done.
Especially because we missed those first couple shots there in overtime. And of course, IMAC hit 3 and a few minutes later. But the first couple shots we miss, right when those shots miss, you got to know, like, oh, we got nothing left in the tank. It's over. So,
Tyler, I'm here to tell you, we've lost many years of our lives. Good thing you're a lot younger than us, because you and Jack, because Jay and I, through the years, have lost tons of years of our lives. UVA basketball we call them the cardiac calves for a reason.
Cardiac calves.
I'm 44, but I've got the heart of an 87-year-old, and it's all due to Virginia sports.
Hey. So let's look at the positive. Thank God Pitt lost. Thank God, because if Pitt wins, I think we're done. We don't even have a chance on Selection Sunday.
Can still bid tomorrow.
Yep.
There's a lot of things that are going on with the bubble.
Got to be
right
UNC
now
fans tomorrow.
It depends on how you look at it, right? Because if it gets crazy, computers are wrecking the sport. But like Florida, I think won again tonight.
They did.
They won, which could be a bad assumption. But Texas A&M wins again. Florida wins again. So all those computer rankings,
all those schools that we beat
against them. We were supposed to be in the tournament with a win in the first round, and honestly, I thought we had a chance to get in even if we lost that game. So to win that game, I still think we hear our name on Sunday. There's a lot of people that disagree, but Sam wants to know, and I'm not sure what some of that was, but does winning hurt? I
think what he's saying is the computers. The computers are always saying they're making the calls. But in reality, part of this, I almost feel like that's our best case scenario is the computers are making the calls. Because if you go on the eye test.
But we didn't look bad tonight, Jeff.
Tonight we did not look bad.
And that's
until it came to foul shots like it has all year. Until it came to foul shots and it came to decision making by the coaching staff.
It's funny, Jack. All year long we've said there's gonna be a game. There's gonna be a game.
I said it this afternoon.
Where free
I said it
throws
this afternoon. I said it this afternoon on the live. I said Jay's been saying this all year. One of these times, these foul shots are going to cost us the whole season.
Yeah, I mean, we beat Wake Forest going 1 for 11 from the free throw line. How can you be such a good shooter like IMAC? And Reese Beekman, who's not known for being a shooter, but he's a good free throw shooter. He's a good mid-range shooter. How can you go to the line? All I can say is it must just be destiny for some of these guys, these senior guards, to just go out looking terrible. Terrible. I mean, Reese was great tonight in a lot of ways, but in the end, free throws cost us the game, and then the coaches cost us the game. I mean, it is. He's saying Texas A&M.
And that's a good question because I don't know. Because them winning helps our win against them, but then we're fighting them for a tournament.
Right, that's the thing. It's like that helps, but if they were already a quad 1, does it really help? Because if they're already a quad 1, if they were quad 2 and it got them to quad 1, that would help. And they were saying that last night, even with Boston College. Like, it was crazy. If we had lost to Boston College, they could have potentially gotten up to a quad 1 school, and then you get a quad 1 win.
Right.
But the computers are ruining it. I mean, third place in the ACC. That my entire life has been a tournament team. 13-7 in the ACC. It used to be 500, or even if you were a hair under 500.
I've seen 6 and 10 get into the tournament from the ACC.
Right. And now it's like we're the CAA. We're William and Mary or something. Maybe we get in if we win the tournament. It's an absolute joke. And I'm not sure how you fix it other than you don't schedule anybody that's any good. You just beat the hell out of these quad 3 and 4 teams the entire early season games. Or you play nothing but big boys. And you look at like Villanova, who was 17-14 going into their game last night. I don't know if they won or not. They had that buzzer beater, and I turned the game off because I thought it was over, but then they overturned it. I think that was the Villanova game, and they ended up going to overtime, and I went to bed. But either way, they were 17-14 going into last night, and they were still listed as on the bubble at 17-14. We're 22-9 going in last night, I think. It's so frustrating.
This one hurts.
So frustrating.
I was gonna say it's it's a tough night to even talk about the flipping bubble or to talk about the NCAA tournament when you have a game in your hands and you blow it like that. It's just tough. I was ready to come on. I thought we were gonna get the win, and I can tell you one of the biggest topics I was gonna talk about is how they talk about our offense, and it's terrible to watch. NC State's offense is pass the ball to Burns and stand around, and it's bully ball. And yes, we definitely fouled him, but the number of times that he put his elbow into Minor's chest, like they got to call something there. And I feel like
I got to tell you,
if Minor was willing to flop, like drop down on a couple of those elbows, which I don't want people doing, but you might get the call because, I mean, it's just straight up. They say what we do is not real basketball. I mean, that's just bully ball. We're just going to back you, and then shoot. Like,
here's one thing I would have loved to have seen, Jeff. Pull the chair out. Just one time, pull the chair.
Yeah.
That fat – I'm about to lose it, Jeff. I'm about to lose it. I'm about to throw some terms out. Yeah. That dude would fall right on the floor. I mean, he's banging. You look at his face. He's putting everything he's got into banging.
Yeah.
If there's something I can say, and I was texting in y'all's group chat and the other group chat with a bunch of other ACC fans, there's not many people in the ACC, and I said this just the other day about Filipowski, that I dislike more. I don't think there's another college basketball in the country I dislike more than DJ Burns. I can't say he has a punchable face. a punchable stomach. He has a punchable stomach.
Oh gosh.
I can't stand that. And the facial expressions he's making after some of that crap. Oh man.
I mean, they
It's
could have definitely
volleyball.
called him for taunting after he had that
They can
and
call him for
one.
that, call him for the elbows. Not to mention on the defense too, he's getting away with fouls every single time somebody's posting up. With all the shoving and all the hands. I can't stand that, man.
Hey, do you want to get even more pissed off? Do you know what NC State was from 3-point land tonight?
I was going to bring that up. What were they, 4 for 22 or something?
3 for 17.
Yeah, they made one in the. They made their third one. Was that 3 to tie the game?
Yep.
That bank shot, unbelievable. Like that crazy shot. They were terrible from 3.
So
And,
our free throw percentage tonight.
I feel like. Let's see what were we from the foul line?
54.5%, 6 for 11. They were 14 for 15.
Jay, we made our
there's
first.
The difference.
We made our first five foul shots. So what were we? 6 for 11.
Hold on, I clicked off of it. We were 6 for 11.
That means we were 1 for our last 6. And
and those are with our good shooters.
Yes,
it's not like Ryan Dunn who killed us all night long. Ryan Dunn, if he's not dunking the basketball, he's killing us.
Jay,
I mean, he makes some defensive plays. Don't get me wrong, great defensive player. He shot a 3 in overtime. What world are we living in that he should be shooting a 3 in overtime?
Well, he had to shoot the 3 because we held the ball till 5, and then that's the look we had. Like I don't know why Beekman doesn't just take that shot himself. He drove towards the paint and then kicked it over to him. When you're in that spot, our best bet is for you to take the shot, Reese. We only had 2 players shoot foul shots, McNeely and Beekman. They're the only 2 that shot foul shots. If you tell me before the game, you give me those scenarios and those are my 2 foul shooters, I say we've won. McNeely might need to play like when you play 21 and you shoot the 3 at the top of the key for his foul shots, because he shoots a 3 better than he shoots a foul shot.
Yeah. Yeah, like I said, I was so pissed after the regulation. He hits that 3 to start overtime, and I didn't even care. I'm mad that he hit it. I'm mad that he hit it because you can't hit a daggone free throw, and you're gonna sit back and hit a 3 like that in Marcel's face. But I knew you just knew NC State was not. NC State is a talented team that underachieves all year long. Kevin Keats is not a good coach, in my opinion. They always underachieve. They always have really good talent, and they underachieve. But yeah, here we are,
And really, on the just to talk about just a few of the positives. There's not many. The foul shooting is what's going to overtake everything from the night. Reese Beekman, other than those foul shots down at the end, played an outstanding game. I mean, some of that passing was unreal, 17 and 11. McNeely, though, I mean, considering he was on a hurt ankle, he got going. I mean, 23 points. I was like he was 5 for 9 from 3, and things were looking good till those final 2 minutes. And then the wheels fell off. And even what did Tane Murray finished with 8?
He had 8.
Got all those in the second half.
They were a big 8
in the second half. Yep.
I mean, Tane has won me over for sure.
Me too.
He's won me over. I like what I see there. And honestly, Rhodey hasn't killed us.
Correct.
He just hasn't made a shot.
Right.
Tonight he didn't make a shot. Last night he had 8.
He has some open looks too.
Wide open.
And
my God.
Jordan Minor, I mean, I just respect the game he played tonight because he had to play tough. I mean, you see him, getting down in that defensive position when you're going against that every single time down the floor. And I feel like he definitely held his own.
And Middlebrooks ain't no joke either.
What's that? Oh, no.
I mean, he's a big, strong guy.
He is.
Minor had to play all night. Buchanan's just not. He's
not ready for this.
Too small. too small.
Yeah.
He can't play. He can't play with them big boys. They were abusing him. I mean, he was in there for probably 3 possessions, and they had to get him out.
Yep.
And
then Groves tonight couldn't hit the broadside of a barn. He hit, I think, 1-3 maybe, and he was a defensive liability. So if his shot's not dropping, you can't really play him.
Right.
I mean, but then it's who are you gonna play?
Right. This is a flawed roster that walks a tightrope in every game. They walk a tightrope in every game they play. Dante Harris. But here's the frustrating thing, and it has to be a little bit frustrating to the players. You watch an NBA game and you watch a lot of the college games. It's like clockwork. At this minute, this guy's coming in, and especially in the NBA games, more like that. In college, I get it's a little bit more matchup based because just the talent differential from roster to roster. But Rhodey didn't play a minute senior night. Then he comes in and plays a ton of minutes. Sometimes Tain last night played a ton in the first half, had 11 points, was all over the court, doesn't hardly sniff the court in the second half for whatever reason. There's no consistency to what Tony's doing. He's a great coach, but I just don't understand what he's doing. I mean, there's no, you can talk about how they're doing at practice and how they're playing, and you see improvement here and you have this or that. But it's got to be frustrating to the guys. Like Blake Buchanan basically made Minor hit the brick, son. You're out. He didn't play for games, more than a handful of minutes. And then you get into this situation. It's like, well, it's back to Minor now. Blake gets no minutes. I mean, there's got to be some kind of just, hey, you're going to get a little bit of a run to see what we got. Like Groves tonight was bad. Give him his run. If he doesn't show he's got anything tonight, then go to the next guy. Not saying he's not going to come back in and get another shot, but keep going until you find something that's working.
I agree with Austin. He says nobody's good enough to be immune to rotational adjustments other than IMAC and Reese.
Right, and that's a short way of saying what I was saying, but you got to keep going to those guys.
No, I know.
You can't sit them for 4 games in a row because they had a bad – like the only one that I truly believe should be sitting is Dante Harris. I just don't see what he brings to the table. And I no offense to Dante, if he listens, I hope he does. And I wish him the best. And I want him to succeed. I would love to see him prove me wrong, but he's got to get in the gym and work on his game to be able to at least have them respect a free throw line jumper, because right now you don't have to respect it at all. So, Jeff, where do you stand on the NCAA or NIT? Where do you think we fall? I know we're pissed off right now, but
it's hard to say. I would say right now, I'd say NCAA. However, these tournaments need to play themselves out. If NC State beats Carolina tomorrow, Texas A&M, Florida, one of those, or some of these other bubble teams.
I was going to say Florida can win their tournament. That would be good for us. They can. They're in. So
it just depends on how these postseason tournaments finish up. I think Sunday we're going to be sitting there, and I don't know what Lunardi's and how accurate he'll finish up when he has us as one of the last 4 in coming into the night. So I don't know how we improved ourselves. So I see us as in.
I don't see any way around going to Dayton.
Only because I can't see them only taking 2 teams. Or Pitt in?
Well, Clemson's in. So you got 3.
Oh, no. That's right. That's 3.
But I can't see them taking just 3.
I can't either. Is it Pitt?
Clemson. Still
Pitt
don't
looks.
Clemson.
Eye test tells you Pitt's looks better than us.
Absolutely.
And so,
but Jeff, if you go by the eye test, there'd be 8 teams in front of us probably from the conference.
And if you go by the eye test, I don't think Clemson's a lock.
Well, I know, but that's why I'm saying the computers are kind of saving us, I think.
Did you hear Corey Alexander last night? I think 6 teams from the ACC are getting in. I'm like, what world is what do you know, Corey? Because I would love for you to be right.
Yeah.
The ACC disrespect is out of control. I've said this many times. We're not a bubble team. We shouldn't be on the bubble. We should be firmly in the field. We shouldn't go to Dayton. We should be probably a 9 or a 10 seed, comfortably in, but we're not.
We just it's how we've ended the season. You know, our hot stretch came. You got to have one, but the hot stretch didn't come till. The cold stretch came at the time. Losing 4 of your last 6 going into the ACC tournament does not help. Losing to Virginia Tech by, God knows, 100. Losing to, it's nothing wrong with losing, of course, to Duke and North Carolina because we expected it, but you lose 4 of 6, and then the ACC tournament falls our way. We end up with Boston College. We beat them. That's their 3rd game in the tournament. Then we get NC State, 4 games. DJ Burns, that guy is a big guy. To play 4 games in 4 days, like to be able to do what he did in overtime, just to keep going up and down like that. I know the man, he probably has to have a breathing treatment when the game's over because I'm surprised he was able to get up and down the court. But for NC State NC State to beat Duke, so that we get NC State, we're a favorite in the semifinals, and then to lose. So we
as tired as that man had to be, Jeff. As tired as that big. I'm trying to stay nice.
Big man, the big man. That's the big man.
As tired as that big man had to be. Did he miss a free throw?
No. And Casey Morsell, he goes to the line, down 6.
Right, you have to make those
3 for 3.
He Kyle Guyed us. It's
now. I know you and Jack aren't Morsell fans, and I don't have anything against him. I don't know what the hatred for him is, but
he ran away.
Well, yeah.
He didn't go to NC State because he got a sick grandma.
I will say,
or he wants to be around his family. He ran away from competition.
I will say, you better get used to it. You better get used to it because that's going to be the world in a few years. It already is.
Yeah, but I have no problem with people transferring. It's fine. If you want to transfer, it's fine. But I would like it to be like. And again, he's got his own right. He can do whatever he wants. What I think does not matter at all. But I think he left the program because he didn't like what Tony was doing with his playing time. Right or wrong. But if he was on the team this year at Virginia, he would be a huge part. And we would be a better team with him.
No question about it. Not a question.
I agree. But he's not the only one. We're getting guys who are coming in as well who maybe didn't care for their situation, or they may want to have an upgrade to come to Virginia. Minors. That's and upgrade.
Typically what we're getting, Jeff, is the guys looking to.
But our system is not set for everybody. And now, the thing I like about Tony too is, and I believe, and what I've read is, when he goes into a recruit's house, he doesn't promise them anything. You've got to earn your playing time. And, sometimes it's like these teams that play Virginia's defense. You don't realize what the defense is until you get out there. You don't realize what this style of play is until you get there. And then, your minutes may not be what you thought they were going to be, or this style might not fit you. Morsell is not an NBA player, but I would guess he came to Virginia with aspirations of being an NBA player. And in his brain, he's probably thinking, this style doesn't fit me. This is not going to get me to the NBA. I need to go. In his brain. And we've got Tony Bennett has put tons of players in the NBA who are successful.
Right.
And turned into good men as well. But
Most
it's not for
important.
everybody, and Morcel's not the only person to do this. This is just what NCAA has turned into, unfortunately. You know,
I hate the transfer in conference, Joe. I just hate it.
I get it. No, I
You
get it.
know, I don't
But
want
it
to see
happens.
you. It's like,
We
you know, you get an ex-girlfriend or something. You don't want them dating somebody in your friend circle.
Right. No, I get it. Well, I mean, we had also what's his face transferred to Carolina. It didn't work out for him. Big man.
Oh,
You know who I'm
I
talking
He's
know.
at Hawaii now.
Oh, he went end
He
up in
transferred
Hawaii.
again.
Right.
Yeah,
I know exactly. I
I
can't.
can't pull his name up, but
But he
um,
and he was starting the season before he transferred to Carolina at the start of the year, and then his play just fell off, and it just didn't work out.
yeah,
However, some guys that will work at Virginia may not work at a Carolina,
yeah.
and
A guy like Groves, I mean, he would thrive in a spot where you had more guys that could drive and kick to him.
Justin McCoy.
Justin McCoy, that was the kid. He's
yeah,
in
Justin
Hawaii now.
McCoy, Austin. That's right. There's been some, Shayok.
Oh yeah,
Igor.
Shayok. I loved Shayok. His little mid-range game, and
Oh,
he
yeah.
went to Iowa State and played
Iowa
super
State.
well.
Yep. I
Would
thought
love to have.
Shayok
He was
gonna
a
get some.
he was a star figure on that in that program.
Yeah, I thought
Yeah.
Shayok was gonna get some NBA run.
Yeah, and Igor could help this team tremendously too.
Yeah,
I really liked him when he was here.
Yep.
You know, he played a little bit as a freshman. Big lefty, 6'10".
he did. What's he?
I really liked him.
Is he a junior now?
I think I would say he's probably a senior, but I don't
Senior.
have it in front of me.
Well,
He ended at Charlotte, UNC Charlotte. Is that where he ended up?
I'm not sure.
I was thinking he went there because that's where Sanchez was. Of course, Sanchez is back with us now, but
Sometimes, after a tough performance like that, we just got to come on and get live and get the frustrations out. The positive and the negative is, so when I'm trying to log in to get on the stream, and my computer, of course, that wants to act up as well. I'm having issues as I'm trying to get in, get spinning ball and all that kind of stuff. So at least it gave me some time to just cool down a little bit. Because disappointment, it just takes me right back, like you said, Jay, to that Furman game last year when we went out like that. It's just unbelievable. You don't expect to lose that game.
no. There's a few moments in life that I know took years off. Last year's game, and then UMBC.
UMBC, yeah.
Like I've never been that angry in my life.
I tell you, if you told me I'd be doing a UVA podcast after the UMBC game, I would have been like, I don't know.
Oh yeah, I think I
Even
disavowed
though
him.
I have grown up since I could probably talk, bleeding the orange and blue. And like Tyler said, taking years off his life, I know that I've got plenty of years probably shaved off. Because Virginia has definitely put me through the ringer from football to basketball, no doubt. There's been some
baseball won tonight. Baseball. It's baseball season.
I mean, why did y'all have to be UVA fans when you were little? I wouldn't be in this position right now if it wasn't for y'all.
Jack, you also would not have a national title in your position without us.
That's right.
Well, I wouldn't have the years shaved off.
There's always next year.
I can't stand that. I think we got to wrap up on that note right there.
Yeah, I need an ice bucket challenge because I'm still pretty hot.
I told him before we went live here, I want to just go on a walk, go walk a couple miles and out at midnight.
Well, I want to say I'm proud that there was no bad language dropped in this. So
from who? You?
There's your win. There's your win. We do appreciate. We've had a good number of folks tuning in and some activity in the comments section.
Yes, thank y'all.
We love the activity. We're all disappointed who's tonight. I know the trolls are going to be out tomorrow. Try not to bite. Don't let them get your goat. As your moms and dads said when you're kids, they're just jealous.
And that's
they're jealous.
And that's the conclusion of Jeff's
Yeah, he never-
rant.
Yeah. I don't ever remember him saying that to me.
Well,
No, I
just
say
jealous.
punch him
maybe
in
they
the
weren't
gut.
jealous of you. So,
Make 'em
all right.
All
cry.
right, well, we're gonna get out of here. We appreciate every single one of y'all listening. Just as always, follow us on X at Talk UVA Sports, Facebook. My brain ain't working. It's 12:40 at night. It's been a long weekend, but at
Maybe
Talk
we'll
UVA
go
Sports on
live
Twitter.
Sunday after the brackets come out. Is that
Yep.
doable, boys?
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
doable. I'm gonna need a little time, so. But yes, Talk UVA Sports on Twitter, Cavalier Connection on YouTube, Facebook, all the other places, Spotify. A rough loss for the Hoos tonight. Just got to keep the finger. We're gonna watch some bubble teams tomorrow. Just keep the fingers crossed for Selection Sunday. Other than that, I don't even want to give a go Hoos for tonight, but I will. Go Hoos.
Go
Hey, we're
Hoos.
4 subscribers away from 1,000 on X. So if you got some UVA fans, hey, tell them, give us a follow on Twitter. Get us over that 1,000 mark, and help us with subscribing to the channel. We'd love to interact with even more Hoos fans, and I always end with a go Hoos.
Go Hoos.
Go Hoos.